Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today is day 3 of the mural commission for Florida Hospital. Excitement abounding. I am sitting here in the car in the parking lot of the facility just to give you guys an update. Today, I arrived at the facility and there's nobody here. I love when nobody's here. Seriously speaking, I love when nobody's here because it gives me an opportunity to kind of rest and sit into my zone. I don't have to worry about everybody around me and all the noise and all the construction talk. If you guys have ever been on a construction site, you guys know that there's a certain kind of talk that goes on in construction. So anyway, today I'm going to finish blocking in the characters, hopefully get some inking done. I brought my time-lapse camera, so it's going to be fantastic. I just can't wait. The excitement is overtaking me. You know how YouTubers are. They get so excited. Just the exuberance is just flowing out of them. Anyway, it is early, so I've had lots of coffee. Anyway, thank you guys, and I can't wait to show you everything that's going on today, so don't go anywhere. Okay guys, so basically what you saw me do just then was to put in a little bit of lighting, color, hue in the background to kind of show the sunlight that's going to be coming out from the back of Jesus. I didn't get too out of control with it just because, my experience with yellow, whenever you place it over blue, obviously, it turns green. So what I'll end up doing after the fact and later on is to give a more opaque yellow with less of a translucency. And then whenever that opaque yellow comes out, it'll basically rely upon the base yellow that I put down and really bring out the sunlight. And I'll put some orange stuff in there too, or orange color in there as well. So what I'm going to do here in a couple minutes is I'm going to put it on time lapse and let you guys kind of see the whole blocking in process of the characters on the bottom, and then I'm going to move up to the Jesus character on the top. This is probably going to take me roughly about 2.5 to 3 hours to block in the remainder characters depending on how fast the paint dries. And what I'm basically going to do, and this is one of the most enjoyable things about the mural, me being here by myself, me having this project, not having somebody bark orders at me and request stuff every 2 seconds. If any of you studio guys and gals know, if you're in a studio environment, a lot of times you get constantly interrupted whenever you're trying to finish a project. This is great because I don't get interrupted by anybody. I put my headphones on and I enjoy my day. So that being said, enjoy the ride, and we'll see you in a little while. Thanks. Okay, so I wanted to stop for a minute because I wanted to show you something that's pretty common whenever you paint. If any of you don't do a lot of painting, this is something that you're going to run into, and it might be frustrating, but on the same, accord, it is part of the process, and it is part of the learning curve that you're going to have to expect whenever you start doing stuff like this, whether it's on canvas, whether if it's on a wall or whatever. So I'm going to show you something that is potentially a little stick that might aggravate you. It has to do with the translucency of the paint. All paints are not made equal. Okay, whether it's oil paint, whether it's acrylic, whether it's watercolor, it all has to do with the amount of pigment that they put in the paint. It all has to do with the amount of thickener they put in the paint, and it all has to do with the opaqueness of the paint. Certain colors work better than others. Reds typically are a little bit less opaque than others, depending on the brand that you get. I lucked out and got a really good brand. Liquitex makes a fantastic red that basically goes down maybe 1 or 2 coats, and then you don't have to worry about it. It also depends on what surface color you put it on. If you put it on white, it's going to be different. If you put it on dark blue, it's going to be different, just because that underlying color is going to try and seep through visually. And if any, like I said, if any of you guys have ever done any house painting, it takes 1 or 2 coats. It makes me laugh, some of these companies that profess that they're 1 coat paint. That's great. If it's white, maybe they're putting more titanium or something like that in there, or some kind of a synthetic thickener to make it more opaque. But what I'm going to show you guys is kind of the stick in the mud. Basically, what you guys are looking at now is my octopus, and this particular color, pink, it has a fluorescency or a fluorescent color to it. And I mixed in a whole tube of Liquitex just to kind of give it a more opaque feeling. But that being said, I'm gonna probably have to hit this like 3 or 4 times to get the opaqueness that I want. Now, a lot of you are gonna say, well, Mike, why don't you just use a roller? Number one, the detail is very intricate, the line work and stuff like that. But also, I don't want my mural to have a roller feel to it. Rollers typically kind of deaden, in my opinion, the feeling of the mural itself. If you have all these wonderful strokes in here, you see the differentiation in the stroke and the depth of the painting. It gives it such a nice feel to it. It gives it a hand-done feel, a nice dry brush feel, and I can kind of vary my tonality and to have it lighter, here, and darker, basically to show form right here. So that being said, I just want to kind of show you guys what I have to deal with whenever I do these murals. That translucency of the paint just ticks me off sometimes, and it happens on green. It happens pretty much on any of the fluorescent type colors. The red I got is actually pretty good, and the purple I got is pretty good too. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, Mike, why don't you just mix in white? I do mix in white, but every time you mix in white or black, it kills the vibrancy of the color. And I don't want to do that. I would rather, layer it 3 or 4 times to keep the vibrancy of the color than to layer in white and to have it more opaque and deaden it. So that kind of gives you an insight into my process. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is block in the white. White is kind of a pain just because it takes more than one coat typically. I've got a really good white. The Liquitex white's got a lot of, I believe it's titanium white. And then I mix it in with a little bit of Winsor & Newton. So the white that I have is really good, but on the other hand, it does take time. So, but one of the great benefits today of being by myself is I can use the facility's bathroom. I don't want to say that too loud because maybe somebody's here listening. Typically on job sites, you have to use the porta potty. Porta potty! And let me tell you something, I don't like using porta potties. One thing, they're disgusting, and especially construction porta potties. We're just gonna take a pause for a minute. I have seen some stuff. And this one on this job site, although okay, is not what I call good. I have seen really bad ones, I have seen decent ones, and I've seen moderately okay ones. The fact that I can actually use the facility bathroom here in air conditioning is fantastic. So that being said, I'm going to move on to white. I'm going to let you guys kind of watch exactly what's going on. And two, I just got through doing the flesh, and just to show you guys, kind of a small thing, but it's a big thing for painters and mural artists. Look at that coverage, baby. That is one coat. Oh, one coat flesh. Why that's significant is most of the time flesh takes a multitude of coatings to get it right. I got off-the-shelf flesh, and I mixed a little bit of white in there, and I mixed a little bit of red in there, and I mixed a little bit of green in there. And the fact that it's going kind of on a blue background, it kind of worked to my advantage. So, yay! I don't have to cover my flesh like 12 times to get it to look like flesh instead of the undead. If that makes sense. Let me tell you, people don't like it whenever you make Jesus look like the undead. It is not good. Although he raised from the dead, he is not undead. Okay, so now what I'm going to do really quick, in addition to blocking in the white, what I need to do first is to start laying in my line work for my characters, because a lot of the characters have white eyes. So since I'm going to break out the white and I'm going to saturate my brush with white, I'm going to go ahead and block in and sketch in some of the line work for the characters. And you guys are going to watch the time-lapse process of that. Okay, so basically what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of sketching out my character lines into the color forms, into the color blocks that I've done. And what I'll do after this stage is I'll come back with my trusty Sharpie paint marker and go on and redefine the lines and give them a lot of character and line weight, and that process takes about 4 hours, and I think I will show that just because of how incredible it transforms the mural. I still have the top to do, and I'm going to go ahead and block in the white. My main focus today is to get all the characters blocked in, get all of the lines in, so where I can come back tomorrow and wrap everything up. Like I said, line work takes about 2 to 4 hours, and then airbrush takes about 2 hours, and then cleanup takes 30 minutes to an hour. So this is the process. It is slow, but it is enjoyable. I'm going to go ahead and show you the end of the day next, basically because my phone is running out of power. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys, and I hope that you're enjoying the process and learning a lot, and hopefully that this will be kind of a jump start for some of you guys to do a mural on your own, whether it's a kid's mural or whether it's an individual mural from maybe your studio. You know, don't be afraid. It's important that you not be afraid. Sometimes we talk ourselves out of success even before we try. You know, we sit there and we say, oh, I can't do that just because. No, the way that we all learn, as you pretty much well know, is by doing. And, you know, my first mural wasn't the best. I look back on some of that work and I'm not ashamed of it. I look at it and go, wow, look how far I've come since then. And you know, the processes as you streamline, as you get better, you know, these are the things that you're going to learn. Whatever works for you in terms of painting and you know, finding out what is the best way financially and stuff to get the highest profit. And if you're just doing it for fun, then my goodness, why wouldn't you do it? I mean, imagine having an incredible mural on your wall for years and years. You know, I've always done murals on our houses since day one. Even whenever we rented, I did a few murals. I did a Disney Winnie the Pooh mural for my daughter, and after that, we bought a house. I did a Madeline mural, and after that, I did Dr. Seuss, and just really each one I learned a little bit more and had a lot of fun on it. That's the key, having a lot of fun. I think what you guys are going to really enjoy is the airbrush stage. So. You know, whenever I start doing the airbrush stage, you guys are really going to see the mural kind of just leap off the wall. It is incredible whenever you start putting in those values and some of that translucent paint, and it's just incredible. You know, and it's not a huge amount of effort to get that particular stage done, which is fantastic. You get a lot of return for your investment of time. Now, of course, you got to learn how to use an airbrush. I'm not going to sit here and say that airbrushes aren't hard to use, but you know, that's something that I thought was going to be important later on in life, and lo and behold, you know, those 2 classes in college that I took for airbrushing are paying off. So anyway, now that I've talked way too much, I'm going to show you the end product and see what you guys think.
Hey guys, so take a little bit of a lunch break. In the past, I didn't take breaks. I would work straight through. You know, I'd slam caffeine drinks or 5-hour energies, or you know, and I'd eat power bars, and I would just work all the way through. The problem with that is at the end of the mural, I was completely decimated, and my stomach, it didn't feel good. So now I take a proper break, 30 minutes, 35 minutes, depending on how I feel. I feel pretty good today. Getting a lot done, which is awesome. So since we're having our fall here in Florida, or at least the 3 days that we get a fall, 3 days of fall, 3 days of winter, and the rest of the year is summer. No, it's like 75 degrees right now, like 55% humidity, and the sun is out. It is absolutely beautiful. Just to give you guys a perspective exactly what I'm looking at. So, I mean, look at the sky. It's beautiful. Beautiful sky. So, got the window open. Just enjoying my day and enjoying the mural. I hope you guys are too.
Okay, so coming to an end of day 3, I have basically blocked in all the characters. I've done a rehash of the line work. I've finished the water. Well, relatively speaking, I still got quite a bit of work to do on the water. But that being said, I'm pretty happy with the stage that I'm at. Right now, I'm going to show you guys the tool that I utilize to ink with, and maybe give you a quick demonstration, and hopefully you guys can kind of see why I use this tool. Okay, so here is the tool in question. This is a black Sharpie oil-based paint marker, I guess you could call it. It's got a here, if you can see it, kind of a wide tip. They're really good because you can vary the line weight. Here, I'll show you the mural where I'm at right now. This is where I'm at right now. So you still see I still got a lot of blocked color in. I still haven't done any of the airbrush or the tones or the shadows or the highlights or anything like that. But that being said, I'm really happy with where I'm at right now, and I'm going to give you an example of why this particular tool is good. So, got to give it a little bit of
Okay, so what's great about these is that whenever you use them, you can, hopefully I won't mess this up too bad. I'm kind of hesitant on doing it on something. Okay, so if you watch, it gives it a nice sketch feel to it. You know, I can vary the line weight. I can still make it look kind of drawn. And so you see what I'm doing here, because I am at heart a sketch artist, and I want to be able to carry my sketch over to the finished product. Whoops, I missed you. And what's cool too is I can go in and I can put wood grain in, you know, and stuff, and make those look really cool. And it definitely covers up any kind of major quote unquote mistakes that might have been made. You know, and that's another reason why I use I'm trying to concentrate and not screw this up, and also give you guys an example. I use Prisma pencil because Prisma doesn't smear, and it adds to the, you know, the overall look of the sketched line work. If something ends up not working out, here we go. So you kind of get an understanding of exactly what I'm going for. There you go. And what's really cool is those particular markers come in black, they come in white, they come in blue, they come in red, they come in yellow. Some of the colors don't do very well because you have, you know, the paint's really thin, but the black works out really good, and the white works out really good too. I was really surprised the first time I used white. I used white for obviously highlights and just nuanced stuff. You know, I don't go too out of control with it. But that being said, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. I'm gonna let you guys see it one more time. This is day 3. Now, could I possibly work another, I don't know, 5-6 hours and get it completely done and be out of here by 9 o'clock? Yeah, absolutely. But I've been here all day. I'm tired. I want to go home. You know, I'll be in here bright and early tomorrow. And what's really cool, like on the water. So here's the white that I utilize, of the white Sharpie marker. It's a little bit bigger, but what's really cool about the white is it's not like in your face destruction white. And what I mean by that is it's not like stark. So I can go in, if you watch, you know, I want to do some cool little effects here and there. And it really adds to the just to the overall presence of the mural. I mean, you could do stuff like that. I mean, I just love doing stuff like this. And look what that does is you come back and it just gives just a character to the mural that it otherwise wouldn't have. And two, whenever it comes to like highlights and if you're gonna do wood grain and stuff like that, like on the top of this, there'd be a little highlight. You know, still gotta put the shadows in, so. Anyway, you kind of get an understanding of what I'm going for. You know, I want my murals to have my own personal touch to them. I don't want to be a cookie cutter muralist or a cookie cutter artist. So I add little details like this throughout the entire piece, and it's layer upon layer upon layer of detail. You know, from the base color to the transparency. I'm going to show you guys how to do transparent paint through the airbrush, and it gives just a real, it's like the mural jumps off the wall. It's incredible. It kind of looks like it glows a little bit. But anyway, so that's the end of day 3. Thank you guys so much. Like and subscribe, share if you can. Contact me if you have any questions. Just ask in the you know, the questions below. I'll be posting, hopefully. I didn't get to an Inktober last night, and I probably won't get to it tonight because I've got a ton of digital work that I got to do.
But you know, I did do this, so technically I did do stuff with ink. So it's my giant Inktober drawing, right? 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 I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.